Tonight, the entire state of Mississippi is under a state of emergency. Governor Barber issued a statewide burn ban. Good evening, I'm Jessica Larche. Hours after the ban was issued, two new fires sparked today. The first was burning just outside of Raymond at North Midway Road. It's right off Highway 18 near Snake Creek Road and Airport Road. That blaze has been contained. A second fire started outside of Terry. It was located at the intersection of Tank Road and Midway Road. Firefighters put out that blaze within minutes. And tonight, we now know the cause of that massive fire that charred nearly 600 acres in Madison County last night. Investigators are looking for an arsonist. They say whoever did this will have to pay a fine, jail time, and every penny of the cost that it took to fight that fire.
You're playing on dangerous ground. Someone could get hurt. Someone in the house could get burned. Firefighters injured.
Now, last night's fire forced residents to evacuate. Many of them are back in their homes tonight. Fox 40's Matt Johnson spoke to one survivor.
We just got a lot of smutty stuff on the roof.
Victoria Gray.
In the Weather Center now with Chief Meteorologist Mike McGowan, and it's different when you see the entire state that you've mapped out for us here in a burn ban.
Yeah, that's right. And if you recall, Barber did issue that burn ban for the entire state. And usually what happens...
All right, well, thank you, Mike. Well, the first ever prescription drug take-back campaign is considered a success. In Mississippi, folks turned in 200 pounds of prescription drugs. Nationally, the public turned in more than 242,000 pounds. Now, the purpose of the take-back campaign is to reduce prescription drug abuse. All the meds turned in were properly disposed. A Jackson teen is indicted for a car crash that killed a Madison Ridgeland Academy teacher. 19-year-old Ethan Van Sice is charged with manslaughter. He is accused of killing 35-year-old Leanne Ward back in August. Investigators say Sice crashed his truck into Ward's car, instantly killing her. Sice has not been arrested yet. Officials say texting and speeding may have been two factors in that crash. A car crash in Hazelhurst kills a toddler. It happened last night on Monticello Road in Hazelhurst. That's near Highway 51. Investigators say the family's car collided with a car driven by a teenager. The mother and brother of the toddler did survive. The teen in the other car suffered minor injuries. And tonight, Jackson police search for the person who robbed this Family Dollar store. It happened last night at the Clinton Boulevard location. Cops say a man pulled a gun on the clerk and then took off with the cash register. Testing has not started on the device that failed to stop the massive oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Coast Guard officials say the blowout preventer is still on the shore at its New Orleans facility. Officials say testing hasn't started because officials are waiting for testing procedures to be approved. The results will determine what caused the oil spill. Now, BP plugged that well last month. The father of a U.S. Marine killed in Iraq asked the Supreme Court to reinstate a $5 million civil verdict against a Kansas church. Albert Snyder argued before the High Court this morning. His son died in Iraq in 2006. Members of the Westboro Baptist Church protested at the funeral. The church believes U.S. deaths in Afghanistan and Iraq are punishment for Americans' immorality, including tolerance of homosexuality and abortion. Snyder says words cannot express what his family has lived through.
A hero dead only to be compounded by the family being targeted and subject to personal attacks, venomous hate, and injustice at Matt's funeral. It is something no family should have to live through.
The Westboro Baptist Church does believe they are within their First Amendment rights. The annual Mississippi State Fair is underway right now. Hundreds of people are pounding the pavement there for lots of fair fun. But tonight, I take a look at safety on the rides and on the ground. It's the sights and sounds of the Mississippi State Fair, and little Dora Lee and her little brothers have been waiting all year long.
I like the Ferris wheel the most.
Dora's mom Pam has some doubts about how safe some rides really are.
I don't think they're maybe as quite as safe as amusement parks.
State Fair Executive Director Billy Orr has been overseeing the State Fair for 3 decades, and he says safety of the rides is top priority. Can you guarantee that the rides here at the fair are safe?
Well, we do the best we can. We hire professional inspectors, and they come down and they start from the time the ride gets here. They lay them all out on the ground. They inspected every bolt, every screw.
Safety inspectors were still taking a look at this safari rescue ride when the fair opened at 5. Fair officials wouldn't let anyone on the ride or says it's a sign that safety comes first.
Just as safe as we can make them.
And when it comes to cracking down on crime during fair time,
something that we don't take lightly.
Hinds County Sheriff's Department Lieutenant Jeffrey Scott says they're teaming up with JPD to get a jump on criminals trying to spoil the fair fun.
Again, we'll be out in full force.
Hearing about safety on rides up high and on the street below is priceless for parents like Pam.
At least feel safer.
Now the fair runs through October 17th, and we've posted the entire schedule on our website, my601.com. Well, the State Fair may also be your chance to get back what's yours. State Treasurer Tate Reeves unveiled his unclaimed property office at the fairgrounds today. Citizens can search for their unclaimed property that may be held by the state. On average, 1 in 5 Mississippians is on the roll and does have money to collect.
Returning monies to their rightful owners is extremely rewarding. It helps people, but then they take this money and they often go out and they spend it in the economy.
Now the unclaimed property booth is located inside the Trade Mart on the fairgrounds. Baptist Healthplex in Clinton and Jackson are in the running to fight breast cancer. Both locations are having one pink treadmill. Photojournalist Drew Hall visited the facilities today. For each mile logged on the pink treadmills, the maker of the treadmill, Cybex, will donate 10 cents to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. The treadmill at the Jackson location will be raffled off, and if you're interested in winning it, log on to our website, my601.com. And while you're there, you will see that we have turned our entire website pink for the month of October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and our campaign is called Rethink Pink. Well, Jackson police start enforcing an ordinance to protect you, while you will see officers being more aggressive. And you may want to start locking your luggage on your next road trip, what one hotel employee did to the clothes of a guest. And we want to hear from you. Like us on Facebook and post on our wall. You're watching Fox 40 News at 10. All right, guys. So you've heard of road rage, right?
Had a little bit in my day.
Okay, well, I've got a story about pedestrian rage. Massachusetts police are charging a woman with throwing a bag of dog feces into the face of a passing car to try to slow him down. We are not joking.